Hey everyone, how's it going today? Today I wanted to talk about some handling modifications. Now the WRX and STI just right off the line is able to do pretty well with handling, but these are going to make the turning a whole lot better, as well as just overall a better feel, whether it's shifting, driving, braking. I wanted to just go ahead and show some of the parts that I have that you could possibly get as well to make your driving experience a little bit better. So whenever you're actually looking for some better driving, there's going to be some questions you'll ask yourself. Do I want tighter suspension, loose suspension? And I'll show you some things that I've done here. Now if you look, although it says parent on here, it's the torque solution brace that goes on the back. It basically just fits right here at your sway bar down to the part of your control arm here. So it basically just helps stiffen up the rear a little bit more to keep from body roll. This up here is actually the Perrin 25mm sway bar, and it's set on the middle setting. So most people run probably about like a 22, 23, but I went ahead and just got a really big one here on the end because I figured I can run it really loose on the furthest setting or run it tighter. And on this middle setting, it's worked out really well. Been able to take almost 90-degree turns going about 45 miles an hour without skidding or having very much body roll at all. Now, apart from whenever you do these mods, it's good to go ahead and upgrade your end links on here. Now, if you look at that rusted piece in there, what that actually is the Perrin adjustable rear end link. Although it looks really rough, it has served its purpose and done a really good job. Haven't had any issues with any of these parts. Now as you look at the back here, you can see these are the nameless double-walled 4-inch tips, muffler delete, catback. This is one of the very first modifications I did to the Subaru, and one that I haven't even bothered to look into any other exhaust just because I like the sound of this so much. It has a deep tone to it, unlike some that have more of a higher pitch, as well as it paired with what I'm about to show you, it sounds awesome. Now what I have this paired with is the Grimspeed Thermal black coated catless J-pipe. This had discontinued in 2015, and I got my car at the end of 2016 and talked with multiple companies, and this was pretty special for me to be able to get this J-pipe here since it's no longer in production. Hasn't been for quite a few years now. I like the sound. I'll make sure to play a short clip for you now. Looking at your front sway bar and suspension, I wouldn't recommend maybe if you get the white line kit where it comes with the front and rear brace, but you really don't need too much here. Now what this is here is the Raleigh Tech adjustable end link. I did purchase the white line solid end links before, but whenever you went over a bump you could feel this actually bounce, and it made like metal on metal just clunking sound, almost as if you were slamming two pieces of metal together. So I got rid of those pretty quickly. Although it's really dirty, I would recommend upgrading to these are the Super Pro polyurethane bushings. I have some in the front as well as in the rear, so they're able to just kind of last a little bit longer. Even though it's real dirty, let me try to show you. You can't see any gap between the sway bar and the actual bushing itself. Now with the stock ones, or if you get down there and take a look at yours, you'll probably notice with some miles on the car there's going to be a gap between your sway bar and the actual bushing itself. So if you do notice that, it's probably a good idea to get it replaced. If you look at this transmission area, have the white line positive bushing kit, help tighten up the shifting, as well as the group N transmission mount. So this transmission mount has been in here about 3 years. If I do upgrade, I'll probably just go with the parent one to get more of a solid feel, see how that feels like. But otherwise, this was a huge jump. This was one of the first modifications I did as well to the Subaru. If you kind of look right up in there, it's kind of hard to see, but if you see a glimpse of silver, that is the Boomba shifter plate, as well as I installed the Boomba short throw shifter and the Perrin brass shifter bushing. So all these modifications have worked out really well to improve my shifting quality. I'd highly recommend it to everyone. Also, for anything that I have listed, I do have an install video of it, so if you search WRX snowboarder and type in whatever part I mentioned, you'll be able to pull up a video on it. The very last thing I wanted to talk about is the Tbw Skid Plate. This thing is made of aluminum. It's really tough, and you can see kind of right here how there's that indentation. I had hit a really big ice block, and it saved me from getting a direct smack into my J-pipe. So this thing is proven on my side, and for any future cars I'll be looking into this company to see if they have skid plates available for it as well. I'd have to say my favorite suspension mod is right up here. This is the Airlift 3P strut, so basically just the Airlift strut. And I've had the Airlift on since March of last year, so about 1.5 years now. Haven't ran into a single issue. The only thing I've had is a slight tank leak, but all I did was just spray Windex on it, look for bubbles, and besides that, just tightened it up. So have the dual Viair 44C compressors on a 5-gallon tank. Like I said, it's the Airlift 3P management. So if you have any questions about this, feel free to message me or leave a comment below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about any of these parts or needed me to go into more detail, feel free to message me on Instagram here at WRX Snowboarder. Although the underside of the car here was a little bit dirty, that just shows that although I keep the car clean, I do put it to good use. As always, happy driving and enjoy.